Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to part 2 of the Fugly build, which is an RC aircraft that's been produced by Mr. Robbie Skipton of Skip Model Designs. Today we're going to be concentrating on putting the sub-assemblies together on the fuselage. So if I turn the camera around, we can take a quick look at what we're doing. Here's the instructions on page 1 showing exactly what we've got to do there and there. We're going to just be using basic hand tools. I've got a permagrit sanding block, a couple of scalpels, ruler, etc. We've got our wooden parts pack at the back, which you can see I've already cut a few pieces out. Moving over onto the workbench, I've put some greaseproof paper down on my magnetic building board, which is a good idea. You can use cling film or anything of the like to stop the glue sticking to my work surface. Here you can see a few of the parts that are laminated with the plywood and balsa. I've glued together there and there. They're all clamped up, drying away. This is the rudder post. I've attached this F5 to the back edge of it, and now I've started on the sub-assemblies, which are the formers F2 and F3. They hold the two sides of the fuselage apart. The secret is, when you're gluing these parts together, is to ensure that it is dead on square. That is 90 degrees. And here I've got actually a glass block which is ground square on all edges. I've covered it in cling film to stop any glue sticking to it, and as you can see, I've put it up against the two faces to maintain the 90-degree squareness. So that's the first part. Obviously these parts glue onto this this framework of F2 and F3. What I've also done is just made a little scribing, if you like, of the parts that I'm using. I've just put them on a piece of paper, drawn round them. These are just in case we do have an accident in the future, and then I can reproduce the parts and make the rebuild a little bit easier. So looking at the glues that I'm using in the build, you can see on the left there, it's a thin cyano. In the middle, a medium cyano. And then on the right hand side there, my favourite aliphatic resin. Those are the three main glues that I will be using. No doubt throughout the build, in certain places I'll perhaps use an epoxy resin, a two-part epoxy resin, but we'll take a look at that as and when we need it. At the back I've got an engineer square, 6-inch square, and a triangle there. That's just to give me a 90-degree if I want to check any of the parts, like so. As you can see, that's bang on. So I'm pleased with that. So that's about it for part 1. I'll invite you all back to see part 2, and we'll take it from there. We should see a bit more of the assembly of the fuselage. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. If you'd like to subscribe and like this page, please do so, and you'll be able to come back to see further progress.